Everyone, today we will announce finally the new model Llama 4 that is the best model open source out there right now. It also outperforms ChatGPT, Claude Sonnet in the one of their models, and is really a revolution because it's a model which is open source, so free to use and available to anyone. So let's go into it. As you can see here, we get the announcement, the Llama Herd, the beginning of a new era of natively multimodal innovation. This tells us we have a multimodal model finally that is divided by three models. The smallest one is the Llama 4 Scout, which, wait a second, it has 10 million context length token, which is great. Is the highest number we ever had. Not even Google Gemini with the new 2.5 version has it because it has 2 million context token, which means that you can add entire code bases and almost infinite amount of books and it can reason and understand it well, which is fantastic. Then we have the model Llama Maverick, which is 17 billion too, but it has instead of 16 expert, so mixture of experts, 128. So it's a better model. It has so 17 billion are the active parameters, and the 400 billion are the total parameters, while the Scout has 109 billion total parameters. And then we have the Bohemoth model, which actually will is not come out yet, but is already outperforming ChatGPT 4.5, Gemini 2.0. It doesn't mention about the 2.5 though, but it is still a training. So potentially it's going to be the best model, and surely it's going to be the best model out there. Even on top of that is open source. So here we can see some graph which shows how this compare with other model, and you can see that Llama is basically free, and you can see that though that Gemini is a bit cheaper, but it's nearly there. So Google Gemini is doing a very good job. It's actually making a free model best out there, and it is definitely way cheaper than OpenAI, ChatGPT. That is very expensive compared to it. But you can see that it outperformed GPT-4, which is the one up to date. It outperformed in coding too. It most of the best model, and across the board. Also, you can see some other graph where it shows the Scout model compared to other open source models, and their precedent open source model. It's basically better than all the others for the amount of parameters it has. It's basically undiscussably the best. And this is basically the Bohemoth, which is the one that is training. And you can see compared with the Claude 3.7 Sonnet, basically is better than all of them. In coding, in mathematics, look, mathematics became 95%. It's almost perfect, basically, mathematics. Starting from 1 year ago, that was not as good for mathematics. This model that became all very good for it. And in reasoning is the best already, and it's just training, so it's gonna be definitely much better by the time it will be out, and it will be out soon. So the challenge is really strong, and also you can see that it is very careful on the safeguard and safety this model. Meta is famous to basically really be being careful on concept of safeguard and protection, and yeah, that's it. Maybe we can try to check this model. You can test it on the Open Router website. You can see that you can choose the model, and you can use the chat with it. It's a multi-level model. Let's try the features. Let's also use the web search, and probably let's analyze what are the best available LLMs right now that have the cheapest API usage, and which one is totally free to use. Show me in a graph that provide me total understanding on this. Let's see what this provide as an answer. Oh, you can see that it's very fast. It searched very fast. Let's see if the response is correct, though. Here's an analysis, LLM analyze, OpenAI 3.5 for one of the most popular and widely used. Okay, we're talking about cheap API usage, so it seems like correct. Cohere, known for their language model and text analysis capabilities, Hugging Face Transformer, A1 21 provide a range of LLM, Google Cloud AI Platform, Vertex AI, K, Meta AI, Llama. So it seems correct simply because I asked about free models, right? But probably I need to formulate the question better. Anyway, you can see that we have a graph showing the cost, which is the cheapest seems the Google Cloud AI platform. Meta AI Llama is free, open source, self-hosted. Okay, I want more details. I want more details. Why didn't you mention about Google Gemini 2.5 Pro and the Google API Studio, Google AI Studio for the API usage? And yeah, that's it. Because it mentioned this, and obviously, we'll see what it thinks about it. Google Gemini and AI and Google AI Studio are indeed relevant for the discussion. Is release multimodal? Okay. Google Gemini Pro pricing via Vertex. Okay, probably that's what he was mentioning about. Google AI, Google Cloud with Vertex, which is 0.0005 the cost. Let's see if it's the same. Actually, it's different. So it didn't wasn't basically it's not correct. You can check you can check for fact checking if this information is correct. Okay, you need to use a calculator to understand generative AI. Okay, starting at 0.0001. I guess it already made the calculation, potential calculation. Okay, so we can't probably check quickly the result of this, but it sounds very close to the correct one, though. What it could be with the Gemini 2 Pro pricing. I make another attempt to check how much it could cost per million token. It's a $1.25, but we want to check via Vertex AI. Okay, I think I found. Here say that for 1 million token cost $1.25. The input and output cost different. Okay, interesting. Seems different though to okay, we have the 2.0 flash that cost less. It seems this is more expensive. It doesn't seem the response for the web search were correct from the answer. Let me know in the comment if you think differently, is something I'm missing. But from what I'm checking online, the result doesn't seem totally correct, even though via Vertex AI, probably this price is coherent. I didn't try it. Let me know if you tried and if you think this is the correct price. What is your experience with that? By the way, let's test it further. Let's see the tools that we can use. Let's try to generate an image, if to check if that is possible with the Llama. Generate an image of the sea of sea in Apulia. Let's see that. I'm text-based and not on the capability. Okay, in Open Router you can't generate the image, but you can upload one. Let's upload this image and describe this image. Let's see if that can be done. Okay, it can describe the image, so that is cool. We have all these options available, and that's it. Let's try to code, probably. Let's see what we can do with coding. Build to-do app in React in Next.js and show it to me. Let's see if we can do that. I'm not sure that is possible in Open Router, by the way. Probably with Meta AI, you can try to check there, even though in Europe it's not available, Meta AI. But what fascinates me about this model that is really, really fast. The response is really fast. And I confirm you can't look at the app yourself, even though it gives you instructions on how to do that in VS Code. For lack of time, I'm not gonna check that, but let's ask another question. How many R's are in the word straw? Is a question that many models used to make mistakes with. So strawberry. Okay, let's see if it gives correct answer. And no, it gave me a wrong answer. It told me that it has two R's. I'm now double checking if I missed one R, if I misspelled it. No, I didn't, and it's wrong. So definitely it's impressive that of the intelligence achievement, but we can see that I had a couple of feedback where actually it gave me wrong answers. This one, many model, most model now, and ChatGPT for all definitely gave me correct answer. We can even check quickly. ChatGPT for all, which basically it say that this model is better than ChatGPT for all. Let's see if with this question. How many are in the word? And it's correct in ChatGPT. So I'm a bit not. I wouldn't say that I'm disappointed. I really expected to give a correct answer here, and also I was a bit disappointed about the result of the search. It seems like not the response was not fact checked in my opinion. It was not correct in part. While in ChatGPT, in most of the cases is correct. So I'm really curious to see the last model probably is much better. But this one so far, even though it's great and fast, is definitely can improve. It's not definitely the choice I would choose to develop, considering the high level of hallucination. But it's definitely a step ahead, considering the amount of parameters it uses. What do you think? Let me know in the comment, and that's it. See you in the next.